Abusia mincha na misanso emo akwa ba mra channel so hada so ye be media gicha abusia ye finance minister kan Ofori Atta abusia me no mienu e yawo se ensem bi e twafa ne ho enya asem keto a ma be to dwa se papa allegedly makwa akọ haye eye lawyers makoma ko 13 na abusia omo kire enya lawyers bi akaka enya lawyers bi akeke na ye lawyers bi abusia chese omo nimde ye ka se omo eye experience lawyers a ye sankofo no na abusia ene information bi aba abonten a ifasa lawyers ho yes baako ho aba asem a omokira papa ye kasa obi eye kronfo a ye sa lawyer no we dem am kasa wan pese ekone kweti nsem e koso yes semo maka e dey afa ye kan Ofori Atta no lawyer baako ho a sesi am no we kasa omokira that lawyer is on the run a enya asem keto a e da so aye be media gh se enani dey di channel so be subscribe dey am YouTube channel the notification bell no so for more podcast updates.
Let's go down. They stole from us. They stole public funds. You see, when you put it that way, then the Ghanaian, look,
I see.
Your former finance minister has run away to the United States. He's in the United. He has left the country. Now, to even add insult to injury, he has gone to engage another criminally minded lawyer called Edeyat Kasimi. A criminal, pure one.
Edeyat Kasimi?
Go to Afghanistan. Oh, he was being pursued. Kabul banking.
Okay, the former minister.
Former minister for aviation. The whole of the United States, no pure white man was willing to defend Ofori Atta. He had to go to Afghanistan. That guy is not a pure American. He's an Afghan. To go and engage him. Someone who himself was embroidered in a similar fashion. That guy must be a subject. In fact, the Ghana government must begin to petition the United because Ofori Atta is not giving us a clue. The people that has been in the equation, the coefficients, and the yacht is a coefficient of the crime we are talking about.
Coefficient?
Coefficient of crime. Coefficient. And he's sitting in the US there and on BBC running his mouth. Look, make nobody, don't let any lawyer deceive you that we have not been stolen as a country.
Rule of law.
So that. And let me remind
the wheels of justice.
Yes, the wheels of justice grind was slowly.
I would say
didn't the offender go to court at 12 o'clock and get ruling at 3 o'clock? Wasn't the same wheels? Wasn't the same wheels? If they want to do it, they can do it. Take it from me.
Oh, so low.
If they want to do it, but because it's the rich. Let a poor man get a matter because the poor man cannot even have access to lawyer. So quickly, we dispense with the poor man. But the rich man will get and go engage a lawyer, pay more, and in the system they come and tell us the wheels of justice grind slow.
So how we are dealing with oral and all that?
I am not happy, but you see, I would encourage the Attorney General to continue to do the press briefings.
You like the briefings?
Oh, but I have encouraged, see, any Attorney General that fails to carry the public along will fail. Because in our space, those that have stolen, they themselves have media houses that wants to control the narrative. They will control the narrative and let the government look bad. So if you don't come and tell us, in any case, it's accountability. Yeah. You are accounting to the people. What is wrong with that? The only people who are not happy with it are those criminals who think that we are exposing them too much. We live with them in society. You cannot be a teacher. The moment you come to government, the next moment you are driving Bugatti and you say you won a lot. If you won a lot, you come and show us the winning numbers and which institution you won from. It's as simple as that. The presidency assured us. In fact, he commissioned a forensic audit committee. Remember, for the 13th All Africa Games. That was in November. President Mahama commissioned them. The Auditor General assured us that by the middle of December, the findings will be made available. We are ending the year. Auditor General, see, you are the people that disappoint the President. The President, if the Auditor General is going to play this game, you fire him. What are you waiting for? PDS, Gargantuan, give PDS. Look, as for PDS, that it is the look. I was expecting the former flag bearer of the MPP to be hauled. Oh. You remember conditions president and conditions subsequent. He changed. He single-handedly changed it. Why they even introduce a fake insurance guarantee? Sputnik V, Ajima Menu. You are telling us that the wheels of justice grind slowly. The man, the health minister, who couldn't think straight. He all of a sudden is dead, quiet. You understand? National service, 2.4 billion. Asibe and give to Ofori. You give to Ofori. You engage in monetary that is taller than your height. The money is taller than your height. Now you think I have to be happy? My daughter is at secondary school sleeping on useless beds because of the corruption of these people. National Cathedral, people are saying there's no corruption. Look at that. How can you confident the whole is there? But let me assure you, today is 31st. All those that want to join me, that is why I'm going to fellowship. That is a site, official site for anybody that wants to worship God. So by 11:30 p.m., I will be at the National Cathedral site. Last year I was there.
But there's no church there.
But that is a church for you. You don't want to worship. What are you talking about? So I will be there. 11:30, I'll go and meet my maker there. President Kufuor said he had a promise with God. So I'm going there to see whether God will meet me there. And if God meets me there and does not tell me to go and chase the Kufuor and bring that money, that means this God is not a balanced God. That this God is a discriminating God. Then this God affirms corruption and abhors corruption and loves corruption. David Ajay, where is he? You came to take our money with impunity. Now you say what? The use of justice gradual. So all right, like Asibe was saying, and Galamsey were the two key issues. The president and the government, they are doing very well on the economic front. But you know why the people, the masses are still not happy? Because they believe that if you are doing well in inflation, with your exchange rate, with your GDP, with all these things, and you do not go for the money, the stolen wealth of the state, you have not helped the people of this country.
So you are cautioning the government?
We are going to be on them. 2026 is going to be fireworks. Because you see, if you don't do that, President Muhammad will go back without any legacy. He must. And those 9 months and they must begin to arrest the kingpins. This year, Kenabua, please, enough of this small boy Chinese, go for the kingpins, arrest them. Let's begin to do something new. Something new in our lives.
Okay.
And with that, Ghana will go places.
All right. So what will be your expectation? What will be your highlights of the year? Some key things you think positive or perhaps in national discourse that you think you want to mention?
Oh, clearly for me, if you ask me, the biggest thing that happened to Ghana as far as 2025 is concerned was the establishment of the Gold Board. For me, if you ask me.
It's come under criticism lately.
That is not any issue at all. If you look at the impact Gold Board or the establishment of Gold Board has made in the economic management of this country, you realize that, but for Gold Board, we would have been far, far, far away from the successes we've chalked so far. You look at the fact that today, from year to date, we have seen a 35% appreciation of our currency. This has not happened. In fact, we've not had a situation where since 2007, we've not even experienced an appreciation of our currency against the major currencies. But we've seen that with the advent of Gold Board. We've seen our reserve portfolio going to a much higher level, $12 billion. That has not happened before in our history. So in fact, Gold Board has helped to position the country. And we are also happy to have such a very focused and such a diligent person like Sami manning the affairs of Gold Board. And so you realize that the successes we've chalked so far as a country, we owe a lot to the establishment of Gold Board. And we owe a lot to Sami Jeffrey. And I want to commend them for that. On the other front, I'll say the qualification of the Black Stars to the World Cup is another big issue. It's one of the icings on the cake that I can talk about.
For the year. Your highlights for the year.
The highlights for the year, before I get there, there's also a 52 billion Ghana cedi tax revenue that was stolen.
The commercial bank.
The commercial bank.
The money that was... 52
billion is enough. The road minister is doing very well, but he needs money. Professor Abuja is doing so well. The health insurance...
With a big push.
Interestingly, health insurance now, they are paying the people.
Nobody's complaining.
Hey, leadership is everything. Health insurance. Can you imagine? Now, what has happened with the Gold Board must open the eyes of those in this administration that think that they have friends in the MPP.
I don't understand.
It must open their eyes. I see them doing business and I laugh. They don't know we have been this party.
You mean they are individuals in the government working?
They are working closely. They think that scratch my back, let me scratch your back.
They are doing scratch my back.
Exactly.
I scratch your back.
Now the Gold Board, even where there is no issue, you see how they have been able to bring it up, trying to point accusing fingers at Sami Jemfi. And let me tell you, Sami Jemfi remains a threat to the MPP.
Exactly.
They hate him to the core. And so if Sami is listening to me, he does not have friends there. He have people that really hate him. But they'll go around him and make all sort of gestures as though they love him. If you fall for it, my friend, you'll be eating or you'll be laughing at the wrong side of your mouth. They are only looking for something to pounce on you. And make no mistake, even
you mean he's a target?
It's a target. It's a target. It's pure hatred. Nothing more. Nothing is pure hatred. Either than that, the works of the Gold Board. Initially, I criticized it. I was even thinking that it was too early for Sami to be pushed there. But he has proven beyond all reasonable doubt.
Really?
He has impressed me. That
Solomon also.
I say it without any malice. I don't remember. Sami, I've met him once on set at Alaji. I've never met him. But I can tell you with all sincerity that he is living up to expectation and that we have to encourage him.
So like his media, make sure you line. So on subscribe to your POG political media platform. And the annual also about your subscription. Now we're sharing off for us answer so it's me a cabin on who the echo and the air. I bet me so above and the comment section or now also waiting me at Incomo at the affair age media and some man Solomon to Jana to say, yeah. Raju media that's also AD and I just all count say maybe 2 jar. I just all just say yeah. Auditor General so share my Ghana but so be a forensic audit at the affair the various crimes are a bra NDC eba by momos waiting me uncover na Kamiako yes a Auditor General no and so etimi affiliate and that is also calling on a year John Dramani Mahama so also find a nice for not just say obesha no amana ya juma na so be at the free ASR office so we am say better also you see some the work
The IMF that you are trusting, the IMF is not happy that as a country you have been able to have a template that can draw in more revenue. Because once Ghana succeeds, remember Mali is into gold production, Burkina is into gold production, Ivory Coast, they will also resort to this same gold board template. Europe and America will suffer. So I have read the entire Fit Review report. It was only commendation, but they needed to bring a propaganda. And that propaganda, it is for the consumption of the New Patriotic Party and their assigns. I have said that we have 2 types of opposition members or opposition parties. We have the irresponsible opposition party, which is the New Patriotic Party, and the responsible opposition party, which is the United Party. The party
you
that
are the responsible one.
Absolutely, they know in this country we are going to give the NDC a good run for their money come 2028. No doubt about that.
Which other events are your highlights for the year? Apart from qualification of the Black Stars.
Apart from the qualification of the Black. No, I mean the death of the 8.
The crash.
Remember the last message for the day came from Mutala. My friend,
I think all of us were here.
We're here.
Zato was here.
Zato was here. You were here. The last message came from Mutala. And he continues to hunt me.
He was on the tarmac at the time.
He is somebody that we have had close relationship. And that is why we cannot stop talking about Galamsey, because they died because of Galamsey. So for me, it's a highlight for the year for me. And we must always use them to fight against what? Galamsey.
Okay. Engineer Dr. Ken Ashigbi, your highlights for the year. 2 minutes.
Well, I think that I will start off with the death of the 8th. That day I was in Obuasi, where they were coming to, and so Mane is for me also one of the greatest fighters when it comes to Galamsey. He was one of the great the ministers who supported the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the most, and so his death was a major blow. Muta was my personal friend as well, and so again that hit me. And so for me, it is the reason why I was expecting that when the Minister for Foreign Affairs said we should wait, and that this death was going to result into something, I was hoping that the president would have used that as an impetus, and that their lives would not have been in vain. So I am still hoping that wherever they are, Omani being a Catholic, and with what he has done, I'm pretty sure he's close to sainthood, and he would intercede for all of us who are involved in the Galamsey. That's where we as humans fail. God would hit hard these environmental organized criminals who are destroying the footstool of God. So that for me was a major highlight for the year. Another major one again was the repeal of the LI as well. And I'm hoping that out of that ashes, we'll be able to deal with the regulations that would ensure responsible exploitation of our forest resources and also the resources, the other natural resources of the state.
Okay.
Our absence at AFCON definitely, there is a big blow. But
yes,
I think
true.
the World Cup as well, the World Cup as well has been good. And I think that the appreciation of the CD and the stability of our macroeconomic indicators are good enough. My only challenge with that is that we as Ghanaians.
The CD bit.
Yes.
The CD bit.
So
it brought some sustainability.
Yes.
The criticism has been that, the financial intermediation we're doing in the market, when we make it available so that there's access, and so we don't create the supply-demand situation. And it's been a subject of criticism from the opposition, especially. So, what's your own take on that?
I think the point they make is the fact that we should accept that.
Because personally, I find it quite intriguing. Please go on, Doc.
So again, you see, that for me, I think that's a positive sign. But again, as a farmer, my other challenge currently is that I have maize still sitting in my barn because there's a glut. So out of the appreciation of the city, it's made our imports into the country cheaper, and so there's a lot of importation into the country. So we need to look at some policy interventions that will deal with the unintended consequences of it. And then I also want to speak to the mind and heart of all of us as Ghanaians. Our nature, to want to exploit every situation. Currently, you have people who have their parents in this country. If they were bringing $100, to be able to sort their parents out, they now have to bring more dollars because we have not responded, with appreciation of the CD. We have not responded by dropping the prices. When the CD was depreciating, the traders and everybody was saying, prices, so we're moving our prices up. Prices have come down. Even there are schools that charge their fees in forex, and they convert it. When the CD is appreciating now, they are still charging us what it is that they used to charge, in the previous years, which is not fair. So we as Ghanaians, we also need to be a lot more patriotic. So as the macroeconomic stability we're getting, the CD is appreciating. Let's match that. Our market queens and all of that. They come to the farm gates, they come and buy their things. Look at the issues around X, for example. And so I would want to, going into 2026, I want all of us as Ghanaians to also be patriotic. In as much as we talk about everything falls and rises with leadership, we as the followers would also need to also support this and make sure that we speak up when things are not going right. We need to do some sacrifices. One other thing I would also want to say is that I am hoping that government itself would also put its money where its mouth is. We talk about wanting to take a lot more out of the minerals and mining sector, for example. We should be prepared to also invest in it. We should be prepared, to.
Well, we have engineers and planners led by Ibrahim Mahama, and it's.
That's a positive. That's a positive sign. Again, and that's the reason why we would want now that Ghanaians are beginning to also take the height. You also want to make sure that the honourable minister will look into the issues around the royalty regime that are being doubled. If it does that, projects like the Zuma project might suffer, other projects might also suffer. But you see, as we talk about Zuma going into this particular one, so for example, Goldfields will be giving off Damang to government. I will pray that through MIF, government will be able to take a major stake in that, and whoever it is that would partner government, so that as a people, we would have a stake where we have put our money into to make sure that these things are happening.
Right. The last bit, you spoke as CEO for the Ghana Chamber of Mines.
No, I spoke as a Ghanaian. But wearing that hat.
Yeah, of course.
I spoke as a Ghanaian because I also want to make sure that as a people, when we talk about wanting to get more out of gold, we need to invest into it so that we also can get commensurate returns.
Yeah. Lawyer Abdul Fattah says you do your work so well that he even misses you as CEO for the Telecom Chamber as well. But happy 2026 to you, Dr. Engineer Ken Ashigbi. Okay, wishing you all the best, and then also you. Thank you very much for happy 2026 as well.
TV3 for the opportunity. And then happy New
Year.
And then my good people of Yendi, the good people, the good and the bad people of Yendi.
The good and the bad, everybody else.
Everybody.
Okay. So you have Abiba. I work with Abiba at Just One Group.
Oh, okay.
He
I also went with
Ken.
You know, I was with MTN.
Okay. Yeah. So and she contested Farouk as well.
Yes. Farouk is my guy. And he defeated you. But he was stubborn. So at a point, I was also happy. Either than that, Farouk is
but let me just have your 2 cents on the subject. I think that, we have a stable currency.
Yes.
It's like your body temperature.
Really?
Well, was it supposed to be 37%?
Yes,
Is that 7 degrees Celsius?
Yes.
That's the normal body. That's what we learned in school, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
If it has changed,
Okay. And I think that it brought a certain calmness into the economic environment when we're talking about consumers in the market.
Yes.
And so my question to you for 2 minutes will be, what do you make of the excessive criticism about the intermediations, so to speak, that's made? That gives the laxity, creates a space for everybody to breathe.
You have the Constitution before you. You read.
Okay.
So you just go to Article 36 and read why we put in place any government, so that
Article 36.
36, so that we are done. 36(1).
Today I didn't bring my Constitution.
So read it.
36(1).
Yes, so that we
okay. Article 36(1).
Down there.
All right. And this part of Chapter 6, the directive principles of state policy. So 36(1) says the state shall take all necessary action to ensure that the national economy is managed in such a manner as to maximize the rate of economic development and to secure the maximum welfare, freedom, and happiness of every person in Ghana, and to provide adequate means of livelihood and suitable employment and public assistance to the needy.
That is it.
And then it continues in 2. The state shall, in particular, take all necessary steps to establish a sound and healthy economy whose underlying principles shall include all the things about fair remuneration and all that.
So you are a government.
So why this?
You are a government. You know that one of the problems you may have in your economy is the instability of your currency, because it has the potential of eroding everyone's capital, working capital.
Yeah.
Now you have the dollars sitting at the Bank of Ghana. Those that have gone to Harvard, Yale, Massachusetts, the 2020 lister from Legon, KNUST, they are telling us that the government must not intervene in the market with the dollars to stabilize the currency. That's what they are telling you. And that they must allow the city to wobble, to depreciate to a certain level, so that in itself, it will recover. Who taught them this economics?
I don't understand.
The work of every government is to make sure that it always ensures stability.